Hi, K-pop lovers. Welcome back to our channel. Before we dive in, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on the bell notification, because we cover all things Jimin and BTS every single day. And if you enjoy this video, drop a like and leave a comment below telling me, were you one of the fans who went absolutely crazy the moment this video dropped? Because trust me, by the end of this, you are going to understand exactly why the internet completely lost its mind. Okay. Imagine this. It's March 24th, 2026. BTS has literally just made one of the biggest comebacks in K-pop history. Their fifth full studio album, Erarang, dropped just 4 days earlier, on March 20th, with the title track, Swim. The whole world is still processing everything. ARMY is already streaming non-stop, Twitter, or rather X, is on fire, YouTube is flooded with reaction videos, and fans can barely keep up with everything BTS is throwing at them. And then, out of absolutely nowhere, a video drops on a Korean comedian's YouTube channel, and within hours, the entire internet explodes. Park Jimin, one of the most globally recognized artists alive today, walked into Lee Soo-ji's Hot Issue channel, and nothing was ever the same again. Now let me give you a little context, because this is important, and stay with me, because what Jimin does in this video is something that will genuinely surprise you, even if you've been a fan for years. Lee Soo-ji is a comedian who is famously known as someone incredibly rich in what Koreans call sub-characters, meaning she is a master at portraying secondary, eccentric characters with full commitment and absolutely zero shame. Star News Korea, her YouTube channel, Hot Issue, is known for these wildly entertaining situational drama skits. Celebrities come on the channel and participate in role-play scenarios, and Lee Soo-ji basically drags them out of their comfort zone. It's chaotic. It's hilarious. And it is the perfect setting for what was about to happen. In the video, Lee Soo-ji transformed into a character named Seo Youngja, a hairdresser who claims to have been in the beauty profession for 30 years. She told Jimin to sit down so she could do his hair. Star News Korea, and here is where it gets absolutely iconic. Jimin responded by fully committing to the roleplay, introducing himself as someone who runs a social dance academy nearby, telling the hairdresser that she should come visit because he would teach her well. Star News Korea, Park Jimin, global ambassador of Dior, the man who made history as the first Korean solo artist to hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, the man whose solo album, Face, debuted at #2 on the US Billboard 200, just casually introduced himself as a neighborhood social dance teacher. And ARMY absolutely lost it. But wait, it gets better. Because the two of them had the most unhinged, funniest chemistry you could possibly imagine. The two exchanged witty lines, including playful wordplay that had Jimin struggling to hold back laughter. Kpop, and I need you to picture this. Jimin, a man known for being one of the most captivating performers on a stage, trying his absolute hardest to keep a straight face while Lee Soo-ji absolutely roasted him. Lee Soo-ji tried to lift Jimin up and asked him to do the same to her, saying, "Just lift me once," but Jimin completely failed. Star News Korea, the man who can move an entire stadium full of people with a single gesture, could not lift Lee Soo-ji. And Lee Soo-ji did not let him forget it. Lee Soo-ji, who was offended by this, criticized Jimin, saying, "What kind of dance are you doing? The teacher is so weak." And Jimin's reaction, collapsing as if embarrassed while dancing alone in the hair salon, had everyone in absolute stitches. Star News Korea. Now here is the moment that truly sent the internet into a different dimension. Stay right here, because this is what you've been waiting for. Jimin told Lee Soo-ji that he had spent time in the United States and Europe and learned how to dance, and then, right there in the middle of a hair salon skit, he performed the choreography from BTS's brand new song, Swim. Star News Korea, just like that. No stage. No backup dancers. No grand lighting setup. Just Jimin, in the middle of a comedy skit, casually unleashing the choreography from the most talked about comeback of 2026, and reminding everyone exactly who they were dealing with. ARMY immediately clipped it. The clip spread across every platform within minutes. The contrast, from awkward social dance teacher who can't lift a person, to that, was the kind of moment that only Jimin can create. And it wasn't just the dancing that got people. It was everything about how Jimin carried himself in that video. Because here's what ARMY has always known and what the rest of the world keeps rediscovering: Jimin is genuinely funny. He has natural comedic timing that most entertainers spend years trying to develop, and it comes completely effortlessly to him. The video highlighted Jimin's natural comedic timing and easygoing charm, offering fans a lighter glimpse of the global star. Kpop, and that is exactly what made this so viral. People who had never watched a BTS video in their lives clicked on this because someone told them, there's this global superstar being hilariously embarrassed by a Korean comedian, and they stayed because they genuinely fell in love with who Jimin is as a person. But the video wasn't over yet, and this next part is the one that had fans genuinely emotional. Lee Soo-ji recommended that Jimin take a sit-down bath for his health, and Jimin actually did it, and when he did, he expressed complete satisfaction, saying, "I really wanted to do this," showing a 180-degree difference from his charismatic appearance on stage. Star News Korea that moment. That single, small, genuine moment of Jimin sitting in a basin of warm water in a hair salon skit, looking genuinely relaxed and happy and saying he had always wanted to try it, that broke people. Because this is what ARMY means when they talk about Jimin. It's not just the performances. It's not just the records. It's the way he shows up, fully, authentically, completely himself, whether he's headlining a comeback concert at Gwanghwamun Square in front of thousands, or sitting in a tub in a comedy skit on a YouTube channel. And speaking of that comeback, let's put this moment in full context, because the timing of this video makes it even more extraordinary. BTS released their fifth full-length album, Erarang, worldwide on March 20, 2026, marking their return after 3 years and 9 months. Star News Korea. The album contains 14 tracks, and the title track, Swim, has already been sparking massive conversations everywhere. Jimin's appearance in the music video for Swim left a powerful impression, with gold hair, deep expressive eyes, and restrained but emotionally powerful gestures that fans described as reminiscent of a living prince in a fairy tale. Star News Korea reviews from fans poured in saying things like, "Jimin's voice purifies everything," and "Why is Jimin's voice shining?" And then, just 4 days after this album drops, just days after the world has seen Jimin in that music video looking like that, he shows up in a comedy skit trying and failing to lift Lee Soo-ji. The whiplash. The absolute whiplash. Only Jimin. The fan reactions on social media were everything you would expect and more. Posts flooded X and Instagram, fan accounts went into overdrive clipping every single second of the video. Comment sections in multiple languages lit up with people saying they had re-watched the clip dozens of times. The contrast between Swim MV Jimin and Hot Issue Jimin became a meme format within hours. And perhaps most beautifully, people who don't even speak Korean were watching the video on repeat just to see Jimin laugh, because his laugh, even through a screen, is genuinely one of those things that makes you feel like everything is okay in the world for a few minutes. This is also part of a broader picture of what makes Jimin so singular in the K-pop space right now. Think about where he is in March 2026. His solo track, Like Crazy, made history as the first song by a Korean solo artist to debut at #1 on the US Billboard Hot 100. Wikipedia. The music video for Who, the title track of his second album, Muse, has exceeded 150 million views on YouTube, while Like Crazy has surpassed 180 million views. Star News Korea. He is, by every measurable metric, one of the most successful solo artists to ever emerge from K-pop. And yet there he is, in a hair salon, trying to lift Lee Soo-ji, failing completely, and being scolded for it. That accessibility, that humility, that genuine joy in just being present and being human, that is what sets Jimin apart. That is why, when this video dropped, the reaction wasn't just excitement. It was love. It was the internet collectively saying, we see you, and we love every single version of you. BTS is currently in the middle of a major promotional period, with a world tour, BTS World Tour, Arirang, scheduled to begin at Goyang Stadium in Gyeonggi Province on April 9 through 12. Star News Korea. So Jimin appearing on Hot Issue wasn't just a fun, spontaneous appearance. It was part of a brilliant and very deliberate strategy to connect with audiences in the most authentic, human, and memorable way possible before the world tour kicks off. And it worked. Oh, it worked. So if you haven't watched the actual Hot Issue video yet, go watch it right now. Watch Jimin fail at lifting Lee Soo-ji. Watch him perform swim choreography out of nowhere. Watch him sit in that basin and say he's always wanted to try it. And then come back here and tell me in the comments below, what was your favorite moment from the whole video? Was it the choreography reveal? Was it the sit-down bath? Was it the moment Lee Soo-ji told the world's most famous dancer that he dances like someone who is too weak to teach? Because every single second of this video is a gift, and I want to know which part lives in your head rent-free. And on that note, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, first of all, thank you so much, it truly means everything. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, it helps the channel more than you know. Share it with your fellow ARMY members, especially the ones who haven't seen the Hot Issue clip yet, because they need to experience this. Drop a comment below with your reaction, I read every single one. And of course, if you haven't already, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a single Jimin moment. Because as this video has proven once again, the moment Jimin shows up anywhere, something legendary is about to happen. Annyeong.